Yes! What is up, everyone, and welcome to my preview for the group of death in this first ever Winter World Cup, Group E. Now, if you don't think this group, which includes Germany, Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica, go on Ticos, isn't the group of death, I don't think we can be friends anymore. Wait, hold up. Maybe Group G is tougher, with Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Cameroon. Okay, so I take that back, what I said before. We can still be friends. Also, I should mention that I'm gonna be in Qatar. Yes, me, on the ground, doing pre- and post-game coverage for every single match on Twitter for Fox Soccer. And I'm doing it with my former US Men's national team teammates, DeMarcus Beasley and Sasha Question. So make sure to follow me here, of course, and for the YouTube Shorts, and at Jimmy Conrad on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to see all the internet that I'm making and to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff on the ground at a World Cup, because this is an insane adventure I'm about to go on, and I want all of you to be a part of it. Anyway, let's have some fun by starting with some fun facts about each country so you can sound a little bit smarter around your friends and family, and you're welcome for that. And first up is this one about España, or Spain to those gringos out there that don't speak Spanish. And under their manager, Luis Enrique, they reached the semifinals of the Euros, finished as runners-up to France in the 2021 edition of the Nations League, and are one of the final four teams for the 2023 Nations League trophy next summer. So this current generation of players isn't the Spain that won back-to-back Euros in 2008 and 2012 and the World Cup in between in 2010, but the potential is there, especially if they had a David Villa playing up top, which they don't, but if they did, watch out. But we can't watch out because they don't have David Villa in their team. Fun fact number 2, back in 2014, Costa Rica surprisingly won their group, which had Italy, England, and Uruguay in it. And the core of that team is relatively the same core for this team. Keylor Navas is 35, Celso Borges is 34, Kendall Waston is almost 35, Joel Campbell is 30, if you can believe that, and team captain Brian Ruiz is 37. These guys are gonna have a killer over 40 team in a few years. I wouldn't want to play them. Fun fact number 3, as an assistant with the German national team under Jogi Löw right after the 2006 World Cup ended, Hansi Flick helped the team get third in the 2010 World Cup and ended as champion of the World Cup in 2014. When he wasn't a part of the coaching staff in 2018, they got knocked out in the group stages. Is that a coincidence? I think not. And now he's about to enter his first ever major tournament as the main man in charge. So I'm very curious to see how he's gonna do. And finally, fun fact number 4, in Group H of the 2018 World Cup, Japan and Senegal were tied on points with 4 at the end of the group stage. They also had scored 4 goals and given up 4 goals. So the normal tiebreakers couldn't be used, which means they had to go to the next tiebreaker, which was who had less yellow cards, and Japan had 2 less than Senegal, so they went through, which proves that nice guys don't always finish last. Anyway, with all these fun facts in mind and all the other research that I've done percolating here in my frontal lobe, I'm now going to name the top scorer from the group, the real MVP from all 4 of these countries, and the 2 teams that are gonna move on. So can I get a mother drum roll, please? Yes, I can. My top scorer of Group E is going to be someone from Germany. I can't decide if it's going to be Leroy Sané or Serge Gnabry. I mean, I would go with Jamal Musiala if I thought he would start over Thomas Muller, because he's been lights out for Bayern this season, leading them in goals and assists in the Bundesliga, but he's not going to. So I'll say Gnabry. At 27, I feel like he's in the prime of his career and playing extremely well, and I want him to own it and be the guy because I love his story. Now moving on to my real MVP, you know, the unsung hero that makes the little plays that make the biggest difference because they're the glue of the team. Well, I might surprise you here with this one, but I'm gonna go with Spain's Sergio Busquets. And yes, I know he's as old as me, but in a midfield with 2 outrageously gifted teenagers in Pedri and Gavi, and with a somewhat vulnerable back 4 that he has to protect as well, and then he's got to help the team transition from defense to attack. If Spain go through, which I expect but barely, I believe he'll be one of the most important reasons why. Which means it's time to decide who gets the top 2 spots. And even though Timo Werner will not be available for Germany, I think Hansi Flick has way too much sauce as a manager to see them crashing out in the group stages for the 2nd consecutive World Cup. So I have Zay Germans finishing in first. And even though I think Japan and Costa Rica will be nibbling at their heels, I think Spain, even though I don't know who's going to score their goals since they don't have a consistent goal scorer in the ranks, and don't even try to convince me that Alvaro Morata is consistent, I think that Spain's youngsters will make the difference with Ansu Fati scoring a key goal to see them through. So those are my predictions for Group E. What are yours? Hit me up in the comments after you hit like and subscribe, of course, and be on the lookout for my Group F preview dropping very soon. Later.